I'm shocked, and I'm really frightened for the country and for, of course, not only my daughters, my son, but generations of people who now potentially have lost one of the most fundamental rights, which is the ability to make your own decision about pregnancy. Justice Sotomayor really cut to the chase, which is, she said, what has changed in 50 years that would make this, the highest court of the land, take away a right that women have had? She said very clearly, I mean, women's health needs haven't changed. Women's need to be able to plan their pregnancies hasn't changed. Public opinion hasn't changed. And in fact, more people are supportive of the ability to access safe and legal abortion than ever before. She said the only thing that's changed is politics. When Donald Trump was elected president, he said, I will appoint justices who are committed to overturning Roe versus Wade. And like a lot of other things Donald Trump said, I think people dismiss that. But he actually, it was true to his word. One of the most distressing statements during the hearing was from Justice Kavanaugh, who basically said it was too hard, he thought, to try to evaluate the rights of women versus the rights of a fetus. And therefore, we should just throw it back to the states to determine, which, as we know, means many states that already have terrible healthcare access, terrible access to birth control, terrible access to well woman care, will also ban abortion. The thought that somehow the Supreme Court of the United States, if they are unable to prioritize the health and well-being of women, that's a sad state of affairs. This will be the first time in the United States of America that the Supreme Court has taken away a right that people have had. If Roe is overturned by the Supreme Court, and after the hearing this week, I think most of us believe that is where this court is headed, whether immediately or pretty soon. What would happen is that we would then become a country where in some states women have rights and other states they don't. That means it would be completely decided by the state. And 26 states in this country either have a law on the books or are prepared to pass one that would make abortion either illegal or almost impossible to get. Those are the same states that already have terrible healthcare access in most parts for women and women with low income. What's horrifying right now is that women now, of course, are coming out telling heartbreaking stories, whether it was a pregnancy as a result of rape or incest, whether it was a much wanted pregnancy that went terribly wrong for medical reasons. These are the women that are now being forced to tell their own personal, private stories just to try to convince the Supreme Court of the United States and the Republican Party that this is a vital and important right that women need. I will tell you, I mean, I have been to Texas. I've talked to doctors who have been abortion providers, who've been to medical school, who, they have devoted their lives to a medical career, and woman after woman coming in to see them, teenagers, women that live in rural areas of the state, women with low income, and they're having to tell them, we cannot provide you a service of safe and legal abortion that was legal just 3 months ago in the state of Texas. One of the really horrific things about Texas is not only have they made abortion illegal, which disproportionately affects women of color, women with low incomes, women in rural areas, Texas also has refused to expand Medicaid services, which actually would provide preventive health care to the very same women that they are now denying access to legal abortion. It's the entire healthcare system is so inaccessible for women of color, women with low incomes. And we know in the state of Texas, for women who are now getting pregnant, want to terminate that pregnancy, if you are a wealthy woman, or if you are the daughter or relative of a wealthy woman, you're going to get on a plane and you're going to fly somewhere where you can have a safe and legal abortion. But if you are a low-income woman, and that's disproportionately women of color, you do not have those same options. And frankly, Katie, that's always been true, but it's even truer today when all access essentially in the state of Texas has been ended. This is so un-American that our government would force women to have children against their own wishes. It's really the definition of authoritarianism. This is a political problem that has to have a political solution. So number one, people have to be telling their legislators at the state level, where a lot of these decisions are going to be made, that they will not support candidates or elected officials who make abortion illegal. It's incredibly important. You've got to vote. You've got to put your opinion out there, because, you know, the silence is deafening.